Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are doing more Ultra League battles in the Go Battle League, and I do promise I will be doing more Rose Cup videos, but I am so hyped about the Ultra League. It's so much fun to play in it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Pokemon I am using, and we're going to be using Lapras, Togekiss, Alolan Muck, Venusaur, and Steelix. Obviously not all 5 of them at the same time, but we're choosing between these 5 Pokemon in this video, and I do have 10 battles for you today. So we're going up against somebody who's using a really unique team. He actually tweeted me on Twitter saying thanks for the battles, and definitely really good games. That Steelix definitely caught me off guard. Now obviously I can see it's a purified version, but I wasn't thinking of Return. I was thinking of like Night Slash as well as X Scissor, Iron Head. I really was not thinking of Return, even though maybe I should have been. But anyway, he did knock out my first Pokemon. We go ahead and knock out his Steelix, his Scizor, and now we're up against the Hariyama, which is not good for my Steelix, so I am going to go ahead and go for those heavy slams. He does opt to shield it, perhaps expecting an Earthquake. Makes a lot of sense, definitely wants to keep that Hariyama around, so I do pull the switch. He actually pulls the switch almost immediately, so that was a fast switch on his end, so nice play. We're going up against a beautiful shiny Stoutland, so I am going to go ahead and shield this one up. It is going to be that Wild Charge. Now I knew Stoutland could get Wild Charge and Play Rough. I don't remember its other move, or even if it has another move, but I know it gets those 2 moves, so I didn't want to risk the Wild Charge, so I do shield it, and now it's my Togekiss against his Hariyama, so I'm going to go ahead and shield that Heavy Slam. We do get off an Ancient Power. Now I probably didn't need to go for this Ancient Power. I could have just fainted him down with Charm, but I did want to go for it just in case he was able to get to another Heavy Slam and knock out my Togekiss. At least we would be able to take his last shield. We get the boost, but it didn't matter. Either way, we do go ahead and win that, so very well played and very good games to my opponents. I've been doing really good in the Ultra League. My ranking has actually, I don't know if I want to say skyrocketed. I guess it did really go up quite a bit. So for the next round, we are going up against the Poliwrath, and Poliwrath is fantastic for this cup. Probably one of the best Pokemon in this cup, in my opinion, or at least in the Ultra League. I have like a rank 6 Ultra League one, but the problem is it's like really low CP, so I'd have to spend a lot of Stardust to max it out. I think it's close to like 200,000 to max out. Then I have to give it a second move, so it's like I really want to, but I also want to save my Stardust for the next cup, so I'm not really sure yet. Anyway, he did shield that, probably expecting an Earthquake. I actually don't have Earthquake on my Steelix currently. I am going for Crunch, which hits Giratina, and Heavy Slam, which hits Togekiss, or other Charm users. And I do like that variant of Steelix, because you're able to hit 2 of probably the biggest threats in the game. Obviously, Earthquake would be good against like Alolan Muck, but you usually get a shield from them anyway because they expect the Earthquake. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the switch into my Togekiss. Now this is positive for Togekiss, but at the same time you do have to watch out for the Ice Punches, so you might want to consider shielding. I would have been able to survive that, but obviously I did want to go ahead and shield that to preserve my health on my Togekiss. So I am going to go ahead and charge up, and I do go for the Flamethrower against this Venusaur. Nice, super effective damage. He does shield that up. Expected. I should have went for the Ancient Power because not only does it take less energy to get to, but it also has a chance of giving me a boost, so I really should have went for it. Anyway, we're not going to charge up that Sludge Bomb, and it does go ahead and knock out my Togekiss, so I bring in my Venusaur and I go immediately for that Sludge Bomb, knowing that I have it ready on my Venusaur. It won't knock him out, but we're able to get to a Frenzy Plant because we had energy stored up from my Venusaur, and I believe this is enough. It is. And he will bring in his Alolan Muck. Do I shield this one up? I do decide to shield this attack up. It is going to be a Dark Pulse. Would have knocked me out, I'm pretty sure. And we get to the Frenzy Plant, and this should be enough to knock out that Alolan Muck. So, yeah, it is. So, really well played on my opponent's end, and a really good game. Thank you for battling. I really do appreciate it. So we're going to jump into the next round against another opponent, of course. I do lead with my Venusaur, and he leads with Charizard, so this is absolutely terrible for me. I'm going to pull the switch into my Lapras, and he actually does not switch. Now, I was counting. I didn't think he had enough for Blast Burn. I was pretty sure it was only Dragon Claw, and it was, so whether or not I was correct in that he only had enough for Dragon Claw, I'm not too sure. I think I was, but either way, it could have been a bait. It could have been that he only had enough for Dragon Claw, which is what I was counting. But either way, as I said, it worked out for us because it was only a Dragon Claw. This time it is a Blast Burn. However, we hang on and we have enough to be able to get off that Surf. I wasn't sure that I would survive that Blast Burn. I honestly didn't think I would, but we do survive it. So we have 2 shields. So we're in an okay position. The only reason I say okay is because this Charizard is kind of annoying. So I do go ahead and shield this one. I do not want to take a Blast Burn. It is going to be a Blast Burn, so we correctly call that. He pulls the switch into Venusaur, and I'm like, okay, well, if we can get to this Flamethrower, we'll be good. I do go ahead and shield this one up, not wanting to take a Sludge Bomb. It is a Sludge Bomb, so we do protect my Togekiss. I am going to go ahead and shield this, or not shield it. I'm going to use the Flamethrower against the Venusaur, which will knock him out. And his next Pokemon is an Imposing Togekiss. And I do switch into my Venusaur because I wanted to get to a Sludge Bomb to knock out this Togekiss. And this should be enough to be able to knock out, or at least come really close. Let's see, is it enough? It is enough, so we do knock him out. And now he brings in his Charizard. And I'm not worried at this point. He actually does get to a charge move. If it's going to be a Blast Burn, it will knock us out. It's actually a Dragon Claw. It does not knock us out. But we would have been able to feint him with Charms anyway. So would have won that despite losing that lead. But very good game to my opponent. And yeah, we lost the lead, but we still were able to pull it on through. So really well played. And we're going to jump into another one. I do lead with Venusaur, and he leads with his shiny Gyarados. So I think I just stick around trying to get to the Frenzy Plant. Now, Frenzy Plant is neutral. He does pull the switch. And I was getting ready to switch, but I'm like, you know what? No, I want to stay in with my Venusaur. I want to go for a Sludge Bomb. And he will shield that up. Totally fine. I decide not to switch. I was thinking about switching into Lapras, but I decided to just stay and go for Sludge Bomb. I really found no reason to bluff in this situation because, first of all, I was up energy. Second of all, really no need to because it's only like 1 extra Vine Whip to get to a Sludge Bomb, right? So I might as well just go for the Sludge Bomb in case that he thinks it's a bluff. So we are able to feint him down with Vine Whips. It did cost us a shield, but that's totally fine. He brings in his Gyarados, and I'm going to go ahead and go for the Frenzy Plant. He will use his last shield. I'm trying to get to another one. Let's see if I can. He actually does go for a charge move. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with letting Venusaur go down because we can bring in the Togekiss, which is not only going to resist Dragon Breath, it's also going to resist Crunch. It resists Twister, Outrage. It doesn't resist Hydro Pump if that Gyarados has it, but it would take a while to get to. So now it's my Lapras versus his Swampert. We're in a really good position at this point. I am assuming he's going to go for the Earthquake, but I'm actually okay with taking that because Lapras is really tanky. He actually goes for the bluff, but even an Earthquake I could have taken. I could take an Earthquake at this range. So as you can see, he goes for it. Bam, we could take that Earthquake, and we are trying to farm him down. We cannot do it. But again, I'm okay with this. I do shield. I do decide to shield because I'm going to be able to feint him down with Ice Shard and just go for an Ice Beam, which is going to be enough. But again, we had Togekiss in the back, which would have been able to handle the Swampert and the Shiny Gyarados. So we do go ahead and win that one. So really good game. We jump into another one. And I'm going to lead with my Venusaur. He does lead with his Swampert, so this is beautiful for me. Excellent position. We do win this lead. Expecting the switch. It is going to be Cresselia, and for a moment, I was getting ready to switch, but I didn't know who to switch into. I got to be honest with you. I don't have a great answer to Cresselia. I mean, to be fair, Frenzy Plant does okay damage. I mean, it's okay. But it's nothing crazy. I am going to go ahead and take this. It's going to be that Aurora Beam. We're able to take it. I do switch into my Lapras. Again, it's not a great answer to Cresselia. Neither is Togekiss, especially with that Aurora Beam running around, right? So I figure, okay, we'll go into Lapras, and we could take an Aurora Beam. I wasn't sure if he was going to go for like a Moon Blast, which we could have still taken, but it would have done good damage. But it's actually another Aurora Beam, which we're going to double resist. So that's why I went into Lapras. He does switch into Giratina, though, which I was really happy to see, and I decided to just go for the Ice Beam, not to bluff, because we do have energy charged up, so even if he shields it, we'll be able to get to another one. Do I shield this one up? I do not, because I know I have that Togekiss in the back. It's not going to knock me out anyway, so I do switch into Togekiss. I know he's locked, he cannot pull the switch, so I'm okay with having my Togekiss out against the shiny altered form Giratina. I will shield that Ancient Power, and I'm trying to farm him down, and we are able to farm him down. He probably just got to another Ancient Power, and he brings in Cresselia. Now, I know an Aurora Beam can definitely be coming. I do take it. It is going to be that Aurora Beam, so it does a good amount of damage, but we're still able to take it with that bulky Togekiss. And now he brings in Swampert. I immediately go for that Ancient Power. And this is not going to do much because Swampert does resist it, but we get that boost. And we're just doing a lot of damage. Now, to be honest, we didn't need it, but it was still nice to get. In fact, I actually let my Togekiss go down because I know I have the Venusaur in the back, and we could just farm down with Vine Whips. I am going to go ahead and shield this one up, and we'll be able to finish this game with simply using Vine Whips. No need to go for a Frenzy Plant because he does have a shield left, so I'm just going to go ahead and farm him down. So we do go ahead and take that one. And we actually won 5 in a row, so that was really awesome. Rank 9, 5 in a row, that helped our ranking, but it's not significant enough to whereas we might... I don't know if we're going to reach rank 10. I mean, we have a pretty good ranking, but we'll see. Anyway, for the next batch of 5, it's his Snorlax versus my Venusaur. I do see Snorlax a lot, guys. I see it so often, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's awesome. Snorlax is a good Pokemon. Make no mistake about it. It's definitely a little tanky Pokemon, so it's definitely really good, but I just see it a lot. Never tried one myself yet, though. Not for the Ultra League. Although I do have one for the Master League, but that's for a different video. So I will go for my Frenzy Plant against the Snorlax. He will opt to shield that, so we do take a shield. I believe I take this Body Slam. And no, actually I don't. I shield it. Okay, so I do shield that. He's actually going to be able to get to a... No, he doesn't. Okay, I do get to my Frenzy Plant. Excuse me. I do get to Frenzy Plant before he gets to Body Slam. He will shield that because it's actually a CMP tie. So I'm going to go ahead and take this attack, this Body Slam, and that will be enough to knock me out. But we're up a shield. He does win Switch Advantage, which obviously is not good. But we're up a shield, plus we're able to farm him down with Togekiss, so we do have energy ready to go. He brings in Swampert, I switch into my Lapras, just in time to catch that Hydro Cannon. So I know the Hydro Cannon's coming, he doesn't have enough energy for anything else. He's actually sticking around for a little bit, maybe farming up energy, maybe going for an Earthquake, which is honestly what I'm assuming he's doing. So I go for my Ice Beam. It's not going to be enough to knock him out, and he's going to hit me with, again, what I assume to be an Earthquake. And I'm going to go ahead and take it. It is an Earthquake, so that's fine. We're able to take it. He switches in Giratina, so I guess he wanted to get the Earthquake off and then try to feint me down with Giratina, which makes sense, but we're actually able to hit him with an Ice Beam and do a lot of damage. So he's just farming me down. He does farm me down. I bring in my Togekiss. I am going to definitely shield this. I know Giratina has access to Ancient Power. It is Ancient Power, which is fine. We're able to feint his Giratina. And now he's going to bring in that Pokemon, which is going to be, any moment now, it's going to be that Swampert, which we do feint with Charm. So we do win that one, so it was really a really good game. Really good game. So let's go ahead and jump into another one. I only have 10 battles in this video, so it's not as long as the past couple of videos have been. Let me know if you guys like the longer videos or you prefer like 10 to 15 minute type videos. 10 to 20 over like 40-minute videos. Let me know. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and shield this. I do not want to take a Sludge Wave. It is a Sludge Wave, so we correctly call that. I do get to my Ancient Power, and I am going to go ahead and use it. Maybe taking a shield from him. I'm hoping to take a shield. We do. So we do take a shield, and now he's going to get to another charge move, and I do invest my last shield into it. It is going to be another Sludge Wave. So we do correctly invest our shield, and we're just going to be able to farm down that Alolan Muck. So we do have a Togekiss with energy ready to go. So let's see what he brings in. Going to be that Cresselia. So another Cresselia. So Cresselia is really good. What can I say, right? I mean, it's really, really tanky. I have one. I just didn't purchase a second move on it. So I switch into my Lapras. I know it has Aurora Beam. I don't know what this one has, but I know Cresselia has it. I'm going to go for that Future Sight. That actually does good damage, which is unfortunate for me. So I am going to go ahead and go for the Ice Beam. I don't know what's better to go for against a Cresselia. Is it Ice Beam or is it Surf on my Lapras, guys? I really don't know. So obviously if I had my Alolan Muck with me, it would have been good against the Cresselia with Dark Pulse, but I don't. Going to be hit with another Future Sight, but I'm okay. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Surf. Probably could have gotten to the Ice Beam, but I decided not to risk it, and I do go for the Surf. Not really doing that much. Is he going to go and use a charge move? He actually pulls the switch into Swampert, so I'm actually okay with this. Surf is neutral to Swampert, so I'll take it. And then I can switch into my Venusaur. Now, I am out of shields, so you know what could be coming. It could be an Earthquake, it could be a Sludge Wave. That's why I go for the Frenzy Plant. I do not want to see what it's going to be. I don't want to take it. We'll be hit with a charge move against my Venusaur, going to be that Future Sight. It is super effective, but we're still able to take it, and we do win that match. So really good game. Really good game. As I said, we've been doing really well in the Ultra League. My ranking really went up quite a bit. So it's my Venusaur against his Snorlax. So we've seen this match before in this battle. Frenzy Plant is neutral, but it does do a lot of damage to Snorlax because it is such a powerful move. So that Snorlax will obviously be able to take it. It's just going to do a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and take this first Body Slam, which does a decent chunk of damage to me. We're trying to get to another one. We are able to get to it. I wasn't clicking on it right away just in case he wanted to pull the switch. So that's why he was able to get to it first. And then I click on it, and we're going to hit him with a Frenzy Plant. Let's see if he decides to shield this. He does, wanting to keep that Snorlax alive, perhaps trying to faint me down. Can I get to another one? I cannot. So that's really unfortunate for me. We are up a shield, but down switch advantage. So of course I'm going to be able to take these Body Slams with Lapras, as you can see. Just trying to farm down the Snorlax at this point. He does get to one more Body Slam though, which again is really unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're going to be hit with that Body Slam. He does a lot of damage to us, but again, we are up a shield, plus we have energy on Lapras now. So let's see what comes in. It is going to be a Swampert. So I'm okay with this because Surf is going to be neutral. So I do go ahead and go for it against the Swampert. He is going to take it, and we actually have another one. So back-to-back Surfs, because we did charge up quite a bit of energy on my shiny Lapras. And he actually hits us with a charge move. Now, I knew this could only be a Hydro Cannon, so I'm like, I'll definitely take it. It's actually Muddy Water, though. That really threw me off, guys. I'm just being honest. So I do go straight for the Ice Beam. However, he gets off a charge move. I'm going to go ahead and shield this because I know I can get to the Ice Beam. Because we're at it. It was a CMP tie. So I am going to go ahead and go for the Ice Beam. Let's see if he wants to shield this. He does. 100% expected to shield. That's why I, obviously used that charge attack. Or use that shield so I could get to the Ice Beam. That's why he knew it was going to be at one. So he hits me with a Sludge Wave. However, I do shield it up, and I'm going for that Ancient Power. We actually get to it before he can get to another Sludge Wave. So that's fantastic for us. This will be enough to knock out Venusaur, and then he brings in his Swampert. I know I could take a Muddy Water. I can take a Hydro Cannon, whatever attacks he has. So we're going to be able to knock out that Swampert and win that game. So let's see. Well, moving on to my next opponent. Let's see what the leads are going to be. I do lead with Venusaur. He leads with Giratina. So this is absolutely terrible for us. Giratina does resist both moves. So I switch into my Lapras, and he's going to hit us with what I assume to be an Ancient Power. Really not in a great position because he could pull the switch if he chooses to, as he does. Going to be that Clefable. So we're going to go for the Surf right now against Clefable. Not really a good situation for us. We have another Surf ready to go. We're pretty low thanks to that Giratina forcing us to use a shield. Or actually taking a lot of damage. We didn't use a shield, but taking a lot of damage from us. He does go for a charge attack. I allow this one to go through. Going to be a Medium Mash, so that will knock out my shiny Lapras. Totally fine with me. I do have Togekiss as well as Venusaur. I do bring in my Venusaur. I'm definitely expecting that Giratina to come back, so I'm clicking on the switch icon, getting ready. Hurry up, I gotta switch because I know Giratina's coming in against my Venusaur. I do switch immediately. This is a Dragon Breath variant, by the way. He actually takes forever to switch, going for that Ancient Power, so that gave me a window of opportunity. Now, of course, I don't know what he has in the back. It's going to be a Swampert, so that's still pretty good for us. But I'm glad he just took a while to switch because we were able to farm down that Giratina quite a bit. So he is going to go ahead and hit us with a charge move. It will be that Hydro Cannon. Going to do a lot of damage to us, actually, but we're still able to take it. Going to hit us with another one. Do I shield this one up? I do. So I do go ahead and shield that Hydro Cannon. And I switch into my Venusaur, and I was trying to farm him down. Wasn't able to do so before he got a charge attack, but it's just going to be another Hydro Cannon, so I could definitely take it, and now we farm him down. His Giratina is coming back in, totally fine with me. I do go for my Frenzy Plant, and he does shield that. Of course, he really had to at that point. He's just going for a charge attack. I'm going for another Frenzy Plant. I'm hoping this knocks out Giratina. I don't think it would. It doesn't, but we're able to farm him down before he gets to a charge attack and win. Very close game, very good game. So we do go ahead and pull that one off despite losing that lead. So that was really well played and very good. So it's my Venusaur against his Armored Mewtwo. So Armored Mewtwo is another Pokemon I do want to try out, but the problem is I do not have one with Psy Strike because it's not out yet. And I want to save my candies as well as my Stardust to invest in an Armored Mewtwo when it comes out. So I want to invest in one currently for the Ultra League. So I am saving my Armored Mewtwo, but it has confusion against my Pokemon Venusaur. So obviously we're going to be weak to confusion, so that's not good for us. We definitely have to pull a switch. He's going to hit us with a Dark Pulse. He does have an Alolan Muck out at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and go for my Surf with the Lapras, and that's fine. Trying to feint him down. We do feint him down, so in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking about how am I going to handle that Armored Mewtwo. So he does bring in Dialga, though. Very interesting, really unique team. Very cool. Dialga is a Pokemon I have ready for the Master League, so I want to try it for the Master League. I do bring in my Togekiss, and yeah, at this point, I'm like, okay, well, we're actually taking a lot of health from that Dialga, so I'm going to go ahead and shield this up. It is a high Iron Head, so I'm glad I shielded it. He does bring in his Armored Mewtwo, and I knew this meant trouble for us because I knew Armored Mewtwo has Rock Slide, so I do shield the Rock Slide. I am going to go ahead and go for an Ancient Power, hoping he doesn't shield, but there's really no reason for him not to at this point, so he does shield. I go ahead and I switch into Venusaur to catch the Rock Slide to spare my Togekiss. So I do that, but again, it's not really the greatest play. So I do go for my Frenzy Plant, and this Frenzy Plant is going to be shielded. Now, if I was able to get to another Frenzy Plant, which unfortunately I'm not able to, we would have knocked out that Armored Mewtwo. So I bring in my Togekiss, and of course the Rock Slide is going to knock me out. So I tried, guys. It was a difficult battle, and that's going to be it for this one, guys. I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, check out one of my other videos that you'll probably enjoy.